watching GW News Recap. I'm Azan Jamir, bringing to you the top stories of the week. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Mokokchung police seized 2 AK rifles, 3.2 pistols and a live round during routine checking at the Sabang sector. The National Investigation Agency has made its first arrest in connection with an improvised explosive device attack on a residential house in Changlaubi, Awang Likai in Moirang Town, Manipur's Bishnapur district. The NSCN Chipiaran Yongang Group has claimed responsibility for an armed attack on a 21 SM rifles post at Taibi village near Longbi in Changlang district of Arunachal Pradesh on August 14. The monsoon session of Parliament ended on Wednesday with 12 bills getting passed by the government amid political tussle regarding the declining scope of debate in the House. And now the news in details. Mokokchung police seized 2 AK rifles, 3.32 pistols and a live round during routine checking at the Sabang sector in the early hours of July 30. According to a press release issued by the Office of the Superintendent of Police, Mokokchung police intercepted a Honda Amaze bearing a SAM registration number at around 1:40 a.m. The vehicle was reportedly traveling from Shamator via Chari Junction towards Dimapur. During the search, police recovered 2 AK rifles along with 3 magazines, 3 country-made .32 pistols with 3 magazines and 1 live .32 round. One person identified as Kumkyumung Yimkyung, 42, son of Yimso and resident of Khumeshe, Aknato, Zanabudha district and presently residing at Naga United, Chumukitima, was apprehended in connection with the seizure. Further investigation led to the arrest of another accused identified as Kon Mary, wife of Tanila, a resident of Senapati district, Manipur from Kohima on August 3. A criminal case has been registered at Police Station 1, Mokokchung, and further investigation is underway. The National Investigation Agency has made its first arrest in connection with an improvised explosive device attack on a residential house in Changlaubi, Awang Likai in Moirang Town, Manipur's Bishnapur district. The attack, which took place on April 7 this year, killed 2 minor children and injured another person, according to the agency. The case was initially registered at Moirang police station after unidentified militants allegedly launched an explosive device from a hillside towards Changlaubi, Awang Likai, the NIS said in a statement. The explosion struck the wall of a residential house, seriously injuring 3 members of a family. 2 minor children later succumbed to the injuries, it said. An exploded improvised rocket-propelled grenade was also recovered near the site, according to the anti-terror agency. The NIA subsequently took over the investigation and re-registered the case on April 23 under 11th provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Explosive Substances Act and the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. During the investigation, the agency found the alleged involvement of S. Palal Tadao in the attack. Tadao had previously been arrested by Jurajanpur and Bishnapur police in connection with separate cases, the NIA said. Tadao was produced before the special NIA court in Imphal and remanded to 10 days police custody, it said. The NIA said further investigation was underway to identify and apprehend other individuals allegedly involved in the conspiracy and establish the wider network behind the attack. The NSCN Chipiaran Yongang Group has claimed responsibility for an armed attack on a 21 SM rifles post at Taibi village near Longvi in Changlang district of Arunachal Pradesh on August 14. In a statement issued through its Ministry of Information and Publicity on August 14, the NSCNYA claimed that its Naga Army Tactical Unit launched the attack at around 3 a.m. and that the ensuing gun battle lasted for approximately 45 minutes. The group claimed that security forces subsequently imposed a lockdown in the area and brought in heavily armed reinforcements along with aerial drone surveillance. It said the build-up of security forces compelled its unit to withdraw from the area. The NSCNYI also claimed that the casualties suffered by security forces could not be immediately confirmed, alleging that the area had been sealed off following the attack. However, no casualties among SM Rifles personnel have been officially confirmed. Reports from the area said the boss came under heavy firing in the early hours of August 14, with security forces retaliating while further security operations and surveillance were undertaken in the area. The group described the attack as a direct and necessary action against what it termed the continued unjust domination of the Naga people and reiterated its position on Naga sovereignty. The NSCNYA further stated that its armed operations against security forces would continue and intensify until it achieved its stated objective. 2 Naga villagers were killed and 2 others injured after suspected militants launched an attack on Langka village in Kangpokpi district of Manipur on August 14 morning. The Liangmai Naga Council alleged that the attack could have been prevented had authorities heeded repeated security warnings from the community. Langka is a Liangmai Naga village situated along the Imphal-Tamenglong road, approximately 65 km from Imphal. The attack took place around 7:30 am as villagers were heading to their paddy fields. According to local sources, militants wielding sophisticated weapons opened indiscriminate fire on the villagers. W. Chawang, 35, was shot dead on the spot, while Kawidinang Aptonmai, 54, succumbed to an abdominal injury on the way to hospital. The 2 injured were identified as Namtyong Longpo Prinmai, 45, who sustained a groin injury, and Maliang Chinang Aponmai, 50, who suffered chest and arm injuries. Following the incident, the LNC declared an emergency total shutdown across all Liangmai Naga inhabited areas of Manipur with immediate effect. All shops and institutions have been asked to remain closed, with medical, fire and other essential services exempted. The council urged the community to remain calm and observe the shutdown peacefully and called on authorities to take immediate measures to ensure public safety and bring those responsible to their justice. The attack has heightened security concerns along the Kangpokpi-Tamenglong border belt, where Langka and neighboring Naga areas have witnessed armed clashes in the past. The monsoon session of Parliament ended on Wednesday with 12 bills getting passed by the government amid political tussle regarding the declining scope of debate in the House. While the government claimed the session was productive in terms of legislative works, sources said debate remained a matter of serious concern as disruptions, protests and adjournments took center stage. Parliamentary records showed that 12 bills related to sectors like tribunals, taxation, cooperative development, mining reforms, public examinations and increase in the sanction strength of the Supreme Court got cleared by the 2 houses of the Parliament. Only 1 bill, Indian Statistical Institute Bill 2026, remained pending till the end of the session. Among the 12 bills passed by the Lok Sabha, 11 were passed without discussion. The only bill which witnessed an elaborate debate was the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Amendment Bill 2026, which was aimed at tackling paper leaks and examination cheating. In the Rajya Sabha, while the Congress and certain opposition members went on walkouts in the middle of the debates, regional parties continued participating in legislative activities. The session's productivity figures spoke about the long-running stalemate. Lok Sabha worked only for about 19% of its scheduled time, while the Rajya Sabha managed to record productivity of around 39%. During the session, the upper house sat for 37 hours and 49 minutes. Parliamentary data also revealed that as many as 285 start questions were listed during the session, but only 16 could be answered. In case of 280-R questions submitted, only 52 could be accommodated. Similarly, only 93 out of the 380 special mentions listed could be debated. The monsoon session, which started on July 20 and ended on August 13, was as much a political showdown as legislative session. With Parliament now entering Sangtai, the political battle has moved out of the Parliament. While the government is emphasizing the passing of 12 bills as an example of productivity of Parliament aimed disruptions, the opposition is saying the government had no interest in discussing certain issues. The blame game is expected to continue beyond the session and can resurface when Parliament meets again for the winter session. At least 11 people, including 3 children, were killed and 19 others injured in Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon, throwing strong condemnation from Iran amid renewed tensions along the Israel-Lebanon border. The strikes early Saturday targeted areas in the Nabateh district, including Ansar and Deir-e-Zarani. 7 people, including 3 children, were killed in Ansar, while 2 others were injured. Another strike in Tir is Zarani killed 4 people and injured 17 others, according to Lebanese authorities and state media. The Israeli military acknowledged that civilians were among the casualties and said the strikes targeted Hezbollah military infrastructure. Israel also alleged that Hezbollah had placed civilians at risk at the targeted site. The women and children killed in Ansar were identified by Israel as relatives of a senior Hezbollah commander. The strikes followed Israeli claims that 3 of its soldiers had been injured in earlier attacks by Hezbollah. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accused Hezbollah of violating the ceasefire, while U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee also criticized the group over the attacks on Israeli forces. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun condemned the Israeli strikes, saying they sent a clear message ahead of the next round of U.S.-sponsored negotiations between Lebanon and Israel. Tensions have remained high along the southern Lebanese border, with Israel saying its military operations are aimed at preventing Hezbollah attacks and dismantling its military infrastructure. Well, that's it for this week's news recap, and for more news like this, you stay connected to Global Window.